Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Saturday. It is 2nd of August. It is Shravana Masa, Shridhara Masa, Sukla Paksham, and let us meet it. There are no Vaishnavans today, but tomorrow is Ekadasi, fasting from grains, beans, and cereals. Okay, so for today, I will say more into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so we are in the Vaikuntha. So where the four Kumaras have arrived there and they were stopped by Jaya and Vijaya and they have cursed them, and knowing that information, the Lord has come from his palace to that gate, seventh gate, on his lotus feet, which are to be meditated by all the Paramhamsas. And he was accompanied by goddess of fortune. Evam tadayu Bhagavan Arvindanabaha Swanam Vibhujya Sada Atikramam Aryahujyaha Tasmin Jayu Paramahamsa Mahamuninam Anveshiniya Charanau Chalayan Sahasrehi. When he was coming, this is very beautiful appearance, the scene, uh, and with all his entourage. So some people are having the chamara, some people are holding the umbrella, and then they're doing the fanning the Lord, and this beautiful appearance. Some are maybe sprinkling the flowers on top of the Lord. Some people are chanting the Vedic hymns. In such a way, Lord has come along with all his entourage. So that is the beauty of it. And then this is what if people by their own meditations, they would see the Lord in their heart. But now the Kumaras are seeing face to face. So tam twagatam pratibhuta aupayakam swapumbihi te achakshata aksha vishayam swasamadhi bhagyam. Hamsa sriyoho vijanayoho sivayulolat shubhra atapatra sasikesara sikaram. And very beautifully explaining. The analogies are also so nice. The white umbrella, which is decorated with white pearls. Pearls are appearing like the snowflakes and the shining by the moonlight. Sasikesara Sikaram. So after saying that in that intro, it is so pleasing to the eyes. And the Lord Brahma says to the demigods, everyone desires to be present in such kind of environment. It is so pleasing and it is all auspicious. It is friendly to everyone. It is touching to the heart, one's heart. This is where one has to desire to go there and to be present. And that abode of the Lord, Vaikuntha planet, it is so effulgent. It is so effulgent along with Goddess of Fortune present, personally present there. And the Lord is appearing like a, by his effulgence, everything is so auspicious and his beautiful smiles. So likewise, everything is effulgent. Likewise, Brahma is explaining that beauty of it. It is desirable by everyone, even Brahma and Shiva, everyone else. Okay, we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 15, verse number 39. कृष्णप्रसादसुमुखं स्पृहणीयधाम स्नेहावलोककलया हृदि संस्पृशन्तम् श्यामे पृतावुरसि शोभितया श्रिया स्वः चूडामणिं सुभगयन्तम् इवात्मदिस्न्यम् कृष्णप्रसादसुमुखं स्पृहणीयधाम. It is a desirable abode. One has to take the shelter of Vaikuntha planet. This is Krishna Prasada Sumukham for everyone, blessing everyone with auspicious spaces. Sumukham, Krishna Prasada Sumukham, Spruhane Dhama, Vaikuntha planet. Doors are open for everyone. It is our choice to go there or not. It is the choice of individuals. Krishna Prasada Sumukham, Spruhaniya Dhama. Snehavalokakalaya, Priti Samspurushantam. Snehavalokakalaya. And by its expansion, and it is Sneha with affections there. Avaloka, looking upon Kalaya by expansions. Snehavalokakalaya, Priti Samspurushantam. So it is touching to the heart. Priti Samspurushantam. Very beautiful environment. Priti Samspurushantam. Syami Prutavarisi Sobhitaya Shriyasvaha. Syame, Shame, there unto the Lord with a blackish color, the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the Shama color. Shame, Prutavarasi on his chest, and his chest is very broad. Syame Prutavarasi, say when the peacock and then uh, peacock and peahen. So peacock is so beautiful when it spreads that it's what it is called the pinch, Nemali pinch. It is very beautiful. And also in the lions, when we take these lions, the male lion, it is so very beautiful with all of its the hair on his head and the lion head. And then whenever it is just standing on the mountain and then lifting its head towards the sky and then roaring, it is so beautiful. In the similar way, these analogies are giving here in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, when he comes, it is all devotees thinking that my Lord is so beautiful and very strong. He always protects us. He gives assurance to all the devotees. So, and he has got very broad chest. So this is Syame Prutavarisi Sobhitaya Sriyasvaha. And his broad chest and Shobhitaya being decorated. Shobhitaya Shriya with the goddess of fortune. And he has got the Srivatsa mark on his chest, on his broad chest. And Swaha is the heavenly planet. And Chodamanim Subhakayantam Ivatmadishnyam. Chodamanim, it is a summit or the topmost. Chodamanim Subhakayantam, spreading good fortune. Or Subhagayantam Eva Atmadishnyam, just like the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Uh, because of his presence, all his effulgence, all his abode is so beautiful. And that abode is like a Chodamani. When we have got so many jewels, out of that, one of the big jewel is there. When we have got a necklace, and then out of there is a big jewel with that locket, which is hanging. That is kind of a chudamani, which is highlighting than all others. Okay, so this is the beauty of the Vaikuntha planet. Krishna Prasada Sumukham Spruhaniya Dhama Sneha Valoka Kalaya Priti Samspurushantam Syame Prutavarisi Sobhitaya Sriyasvaha Chodamanim Subhagayantam Ivatmadishnyam. Okay, translation. The Lord is the reservoir of all pleasure. His auspicious presence is meant for everyone's benediction, and his affectionate smiling and glancing touch the core of the heart. The Lord's beautiful bodily color is blackish, and his broad chest is the resting place of the goddess of fortune. who glorifies the entire spiritual world, the summit of all heavenly planets. Thus, it appeared that the Lord was personally spreading the beauty and good fortune of the spiritual world. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, can you request Sita Sundari Mataji and Ramlila Prabhuji? So there are two paragraphs. You can read one each paragraph.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please. Yeah. When the Lord came, he was pleased with everyone. Therefore, it it is started here, Krishna Prasad Sumukham. The Lord knew that even the offensive doormen were his pure devotees, although by chance they committed an offense at the lotus feet of other devotees. To commit an offense against a devotee is very dangerous in devotional service. Lord Chaitanya therefore said that an offense to a devotee is just like a mad elephant run loose. When a mad elephant enters a garden, it tramples all it tramples sorry it tramples all the plants. Similarly, an offense unto the feet of a pure devotee murders one's position in devotional service. On the part of the Lord, there was no offended mode because he does not accept any offense created by his sincere devotee. But a devotee should be very cautious, very cautious of committing offense at the feet of other devotees. Uh, the Lord being equal to all and being especially inclined to his devotee, looked uh, a, a mercifully at the offender as at the offended. This attitude of the Lord was due to his unlimited quantity of transcendental qualities. His cheerful attitude towards the devotees was so pleasing and hard quantity of transcendental qualities. His cheerful attitude towards the devotee was so pleasing and heart touching that his very smile was attractive for them. That attraction was glorious not only for all higher planet of the material world, but beyond for the spiritual world also. Generally, a human being has no idea of what constitutional position in the higher transcendental planet go up. Uh, what the constitutional position of constitutional position is in higher material planets, which are far better constituted uh, in regards to all paraphernalia, yet the Vaikuntha planet is so pleasing, so celestial that it is compared to the middle jewel or locket in a necklace or of jewels. Hare Krishna. Will I continue?
Sita Sundari Mataji Prabhuji.
She is not nearby. Yes, sorry. Yeah, I'll continue or any other. Will I?
Sure, Prabhuji.
In this verse, the words uh, uh, smura, uh, sorry, Sfarante Dhama indicate that Lord is the reservoir of all pleasure because he has all the transcendental qualities. Although only some of these are aspired for the uh, by by persons who hanker after the pleasure of merging in the impersonal Brahman. There are other aspirants who want to associate with the Lord personally as his servants. The Lord is so kind that he gives shelter to everyone, both impersonalists and devotees. He gives shelter to the impersonalist in his impersonal Brahman effulgence, whereas he gives shelter to the devotees in his personal abode known as, as the Vaikuntha Loka. He is especially inclined to his devotee. He touches the core of the heart of the devotee simply by smiling and glancing over him. The Lord is always served in the Vaikuntha Loka by many hundreds or and thousands of goddess of persons. As stated in Brahma Samhita, Lakshmi Sahasra Shatasambram Shaivamanam. Yeah, that's it. In this material world, one is glorified if he is favored even a pinch or by the goddess of fortune. So we can simply imagine how glorified is the kingdom of God in the spiritual world, where many hundreds and thousands of goddess of fortune engage in the direct service of the Lord. Another feature of this verse is that it openly declares where the Vaikuntha Loka are situated. They are situated as the summit of all the heavenly planets, which are above the sun globe at the upper limit of the universe and are known as Satyaloka or Brahmaloka, as the spiritual world is situated beyond the universe. Therefore, it is stated here that the spiritual world, Vaikuntha Loka, is the summit of all planetary systems. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Prabhupada ki
Srila
jai.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Very beautifully read. So here, when as soon as the Lord came along with all his entourage, he was pleased with everyone. So he is always Britya Prasad Sumukam Britya. So he's always inclined to all his devotees. And here Krishna Prasad Sumukam, it is for everyone. So Britya and Krishna. Krishna is everyone. Britya is all his servants. He's always inclined towards his devotees, but he's pleasing for everyone. So here, therefore, it is stated here, Krishna Prasad Sumukam, and the Lord is pleased for His presence is pleasing to everyone. And the Lord knew that even the offensive doormen were his pure devotees. They were pure devotees, although by chance they committed an offense at the feet of other devotees. So here both offenders and offended both will be pleased when the Lord is present. And to commit an offense against, so again, Prabhupada is describing about the offense towards a devotees here. Uh, so here in this particular part, in the devotional service, if one makes the offense towards devotee, his devotion will be disturbed. His devotion will be disturbed. If anyone is trying to progress in the spiritual life, so uh, then they have to adore. If anyone appreciating other people's devotion, then that devotion would enliven within our heart. It would enliven in our heart. That's why appreciating opposite. If we offend other people, somewhere why this person has done like that. That means it is also within us, because showing this fault finding, apaisunam, fault finding. So this should be avoided. So it is describing here. To commit an offense against the devotee is very dangerous in devotional service. Lord Chaitanya therefore said that the offense to a devotee is just like a mad elephant run loose. When the mad elephant enters the garden, it tramples all the plants. Similarly, an offense unto the feet of a pure devotee murders one's position in devotional service. Okay, this is what happens. One can practically observe, of course, not by doing it, but in the anyone's life, uh, if there were some people knowingly or unknowingly, they might have, at least they know glimpse of it. They might have done something like that. Immediately they would recognize or disturbance in the chanting or devotional service. Immediately that one can be perceived. So that's as soon as we think that come to know, immediately we ask for forgiveness. That is, we all the time ask spaciousness, asking forgiveness. It is it makes as the opposite person, other devotees should be pleased. That's why natapaihi abhibhuyate. Narad Muni says to um, there he says that gunadikam madhum lipset anukrosham gunadhama. One should appreciate and respect the senior devotees. And if anyone is like a neophyte, he need to show anukrosham gunadhama. And he needs to make association with the friends. Mahatam bahumanena dinanam anukampaya maitriya cha evatmatulyeshu. Yemena niyemena cha. And he Narduni says that by doing that, natapaihi abhibhuyate, he will not experience this in any of natapaihi. This is Adi Bhautik, Adi Dhaivik, and Adi Adhyatmik. This method is tapas. He would not experience when he is following. So again, when this is also serving to the divorce, Susurusha Sradhanasya, Vasudeva Kata Ruchihi, Syan Mahatseva Vipraha Punyatirthanishevanat. Those devotees, the pure devotees, they are all like a Punyatirtha. When rendering service unto those devotees, automatically spiritual life will be enlivened. And Vasudeva Katha Ruchihi, the taste to hear Krishna Katha, getting attraction towards Krishna Katha, it will be increasing. This is Susrusha Sraddhanasya Vasudeva Katha Ruchihi Syam Mahat Seva. This is called Mahat Seva, rendering service unto the devotees. But instead of doing service unto those devotees, if there is offense, he will fall down. So on the part of the Lord, there was no offended mood because he does not accept any offense created by his sincere devotees. So now here, either by Jaya and Vijaya, nor by the four Kumaras, Lord did not take it very seriously because they both are devotees itself. But a devotee should be very cautious of committing offenses at the feet of another devotee. Lord always says that yo anyonyata bhagavataha prasidhya, with all cooperation. And Lord again later, and he says that ये ब्राह्मणान् धिया क्षिपतो अर्चयन्तः तुष्यद्भृतः स्मितसुलोचितपद्मवक्त्राः वाण्यानुरागकलयात्मजवद्भुनन्तः ये सम्बोधयन्ति he says that whoever is hearing from the other devotees, and they need to know that Lord only speaking through the mouth of those devotees or brahmanas. At the time, even though they are saying like a bit harsh words, like brahmanas are saying that with harsh words, if one receives those harsh words with pleasing and smiling faces, sambhodhayanti aham iva aham upahutastaihi. Such kind of devotee is attracting my heart, who is so patiently, tolerantly hearing and with a smiling face, though it is a bit harsh, but he is smilingly and accepting those things. He is attracting my heart. The Lord says that one. Ye brahmanan maidya kshupato achyantah tushid prutaha smita sudokshita padmavaktraha vanyanuraga kalayatmaja vadbhunantaha ye sambhodhayanti aham iva aham upahrutastaihi. So how beautiful it is from the Lord's side. And here, indirectly, Lord is appreciating Jaya and Vijaya because they immediately fall on the feet of the four Kumaras. Okay, that is Jaya and Vijaya, they are not offenders actually. They are doing their duty, but as soon as they came to the senses, unknowingly they committed a mistake. It is not, they did not offend too much. They were doing their duty. But as soon as they came to senses, they fall on the feet of the Brahmanas. So here, but a devotee should be very cautious of committing offenses at the feet of another devotee. So Lord being equal to all and being especially inclined to his devotee. He is the Bhritti Prasad Habimukam. He is inclined to his devotees. He is pleasing to everyone, but he is and equal to everyone, but inclined to his devotee. Samoham, Samoham Sarvabhuteshu. Again, Lord says that Lord is equal to everyone, and but he is inclined to uh, his pure devotees, looked as mercifully at the offenders as at the offended, both. His glance is equal to Jaya and Vijaya and also four Kumaras. So this attitude of the Lord was due to his unlimited quantity of transcendental qualities. He is embodiment of all good qualities, full of good transcendental qualities. Those qualities, again, we have seen the 64 qualities of Krishna. Okay, so now this cheerful attitude towards the devotee was so pleasing and heart-touching that his very smile was attractive for them. When Lord pleases, uh, it is mentioned, mm, मुकेन लोकार्ति हरस्मितेन परिस्फुरत्कुण्डलमण्डितेन सोनायितेन अदर्भिम्बभासा प्रत्यर्हयन्तं सुनसेन शुभ्रवा. And people will go with so much of distress and unhappiness, troubles, and going there to the Lord, and Lord is having very beautiful smile. Immediately, all of their distress will be dissipated out. It will be thrown outside. So that is Mukati Loka. Um, Lo, Mukena Lokati Harasmitena. And as soon as one sees the face of the Lord, Mukena Lokati, all the people, Lokati Harasmitena, everything will be removed just by his gentle smile. Parispurat Kundala Manditena, Sonaitena, Adarbhimba Bhasa. His lips are just very reddish, Adarbhimba Bhasa. And I think always like giving gestures that yes, I understand all of your problems, my dear devotee. I know everything what you are going, but you are crying here for unwanted things. Likewise, his face is always with gentle smiles, as in such a way reciprocating with the devotees. Okay, that is very attractive. In the similar way, when Krishna was entering Dwarka, when there those people are glorifying Krishna in such a way that you are like our father and our mother. Bhavayanastum bhavishwa bhavana twameva namatata suhrutpatihi pita त्वं सद्गुरुणः परमं च दैवतं यस्यानुरुच्या कृतिनो भवो विमा अहो सनाथ भवतास्मै द्वयं त्रैविष्टपानामपि दूरदर्शनं प्रेमस्मित स्निग्धनिरीक्षणाननं पश्येमरूपं तव सर्वसौभगम्. They very beautifully, they all Dwarka citizens, when Krishna went to the Hastinapura as part of the Kurukshetra battle, and he was staying for a couple of months. And then after that, he entered into returning to Dwarka. These people are now very happily bringing all kinds of gifts to Krishna to give it to Krishna and glorifying Krishna. So they are using this word, the citizens. Aho sanata bhavatasmai dvaim trivishtapanamapi duradarshanam. And how can we feel this is separation, my dear Lord? Trivishtapanamapi duradarshanam, because we used to, when you are here, we used to see you and drink the beauty of your with our eyes, drink the your beauty with our eyes. Netre pibhanto nainabhiramam, drink the beauty of the Lord with our eyes. So in such a way, prema smita snigdha nirikshananam, we have lost this loving affection from you for so many days. Prema smita snigdha nirikshananam. Pasyemurupam tava sarvasaurbhagam, your beautiful form. Sarvasaurbhagam. When they are glorifying like that, uh, Lord was smiling. Katam vayam nath chiroshite tvaye prasanna drishtva prasanna drishtva akila tapa shoshanam. Lord smilings are um, chiroshite tvaye, and you are beautiful. Um, Prasanna Drishtva Akila Tapa Shoshanam. It is dissipating all kinds of tapas. Tapa Shoshanam. Jive Mate Sundara Hasa Sobitam Apasyamana Vadana Manoharam. Jive Mate Sundara. By looking at your smiling face itself, we can spend the entire our life. Jive Mate Sundara Hasa Sobitam Apasyamana Vadana Manoharam. When they're just glorifying in such a way, Lord was iti chodita vatah pradhanam bhaktavatsalaha. Shrinvanu anugraham drashtva vitanvan pravishat puram. And with so much of happiness, they are glorifying, and Lord with gentle smiles, he gently entered into his palace. By with his glances, he shows, um, he blesses everyone. Srinvano Anugraham Društva Vitanvan Pravishat Puram. So this is gentle smiles. Lord is always attractive. As soon as we go to the darshan means it is not that we are taking darshan. As soon as we see the Lord, Lord is seeing us with a gentle smiles. We need to keep ourselves in front of the Lord. We do not know. We do not have that much eyes to see the Lord. Lord will see us. Okay, that is very beautiful. Smile was attractive for them. The attraction was glorious, not only for the higher planets of the material world, but beyond for the spiritual world also. That's why all people of the Vaikuntha, they are glorifying the Lord. Uh, they say, Vaimanikaha salalana charitani shashvat gayanti yatra samlakshapani bhattuhu. Antarjali Anuvikasat Madhumadavina Gandhena Kandita Diopi Anilam Shipantaha. So beautifully they glorify all the time. Because of his presence and attraction. Um, and generally, a human being has no idea of what the constitutional position is in the higher material planets. So, which are far better constituted in regard to all paraphernalia. Yet the Vaikuntha planet is so pleasing and so celestial that it is compared to the middle jewel or locket in the necklace of jewels. It is a Chodamanim. Chodamanim is the most beautiful. jewel which is kept in the necklace at the summit, which is highlighting. Chodamanim Subhagayantam Ivatmadvisnyam. Likewise, Vaikuntha is the jewel of all the other planets. It is Padam Yadaham Vibudaha Kalakhe. Brahma and Lord Shiva, everyone desires to go there. Lord Shiva says in his prayer, in his statements to Prachetas, even I desire to go to the Vaikuntha Loka. Padam Yata Aham Vibudaha Kalakhe. After this universe gets dissoluted, and I also desire to go to Vaikuntha planet. Avyakrutam Bhagavato the Vaishnavam, where all the Vaishnavas go to that abode. I also go to, I also desire to go to my and Brahma and other demigods also desire to go to that Vaikuntha Loka. Okay, so that is, it is like a Chodamani Subhagayantim Ivapnudishnyam. And where God is the fortune and supreme personality of Godhead, it is so pleasing. And then in this verse, the words Pruhaniya Dhama indicate that the Lord is the reservoir of all pleasure because he has all the transcendental qualities. He has got all transcendental qualities. Although only some of these are aspired for by persons who hanker after the pleasure of merging in the impersonal Brahman. By merging into the impersonal Brahman, they will derive some pleasure. But Lord, when Lord is directly present, we would see then devotees take the worship of the Lord, glorifying the Lord in a loving devotional mood. At that time, the happiness they derive, it is millions of times more. So millions of times, it is more and more. There in the in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he describes in the seventh chapter there. I think the Brahman, what is Brahmananda? It is just like a small mustard seed, Brahmananda. And whereas the happiness it derived from the devotional service, it is just like a unlimited. So likewise, I think, what is that shloka? Brahmananda Bhavidyesha Chet Parardu Guni Kritaha. And he says, Tulayam, Tulayami Paramanu Api, whenever it is compared, Brahmananda Bhavidyesha Chet Parardu Guni Kritaha. That is, whatever the happiness derived from the Brahmananda, if you multiply millions of times, Chet Parardu Guni Kritaha. So then still it does not come to the Paramanu Tulamapi, to the equal of the Paramanu. So likewise, Rupa Goswami, he describes that one. And um, this Dhruva Maharaj also describes that Sa Brahmani Swamahamanyiri Nata Mabho Kintu Antrakasi Lulitam Patitam Bhimanat. So impersonal pleasure, it is like a dint, a little bit compared to the devotional service. And there are other aspirants who want to associate with the Lord personally as his servants. They will receive 100%, or their happiness is unlimited. And the Lord is so kind that he gives a shelter to everyone, both impersonalists and devotees. Uh, and then he gives shelter to the impersonalist in his impersonal Brahman effulgence, whereas he gives shelter to devotees in his personal abodes known as the Vaikuntha Lokas, because they are all closer. So the Grihi Parisevitam Vibhum, they are rendering service, the personal associates, Parisevitam Vibhum, Swapashada Agrehi. And because in order to render service means you need to know the heart of a master. Then you can do voluntary service. Before master asks, if we do it, Lord will be very pleased. By Lord's pleasure, master's pleasure, the servant also will he will also be getting lots of pleasure. It's a reciprocal. So for that one must be establish the relationship between the Lord and oneself, as like a parent, a Vashalya, or a servant, or a friend, or a lover. So in a various rasas. And he is especially inclined to his devotee. He touches the core of the heart of a devotee simply by smiling and glancing over him. Okay, this is what devotees want. So then evam haro bhavati pratilabdha bhavo bhaktya drava hridaya out bhaktya drava hridaya utpulakah pramodhat utpulakah pramodhat by the pure devotion evam haro bhagati pratilabdha bhavo, the pure devotion service devotee's heart bhaktya drava hridaya utpulakah pramodhat, his heart melts, devotee's heart melts. Bhaktya Drava Hrudaya Utpulakaha Pramodat. Utpulaka is blossoming. Pramodat with lots of happiness. Okay, whenever he is rendering service unto the Lord. Outkancha Bhashpakalaya Muhrajhamanaha Tachap Chitta Badishim Senakaihi Viyumte. Gradually his heart is always hooking to the Lord's lotus feet, and he does not leave. And as soon as Lord glances with his smiles, then there is no bound for his happiness. Okay, so the Lord is always served in the Vaikuntha Loka by many hundreds and thousands of goddesses of fortune, as stated by the Brahma Samhita. Lakshmi Sahasra Sarasam Brahma Sevyamanam Govindam Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. In the material world, one is glorified if he is favored even a pinch by goddess of fortune. So we can simply imagine, um, we can simply imagine how glorified is the kingdom of God in the spiritual world, where many hundreds and thousands of goddesses of fortune engage in the direct service of the Lord. The Lord, he says that यत्सेवय चरणपद्म पवित्ररेणु सज्जाक्षताकिलमलं प्रतिलब्धशीलम् न श्रेः विरक्तम् अपि मां विजहाति यस्याः प्रेक्षालवार्धितरे नियमान् वहन्ति. In the next chapter, he says that I always render service to my devotees and Brahmanas, and by that I am being glorified by everyone. Yet sevaya charana padma pavitra renu, charana padma pavitra renu, sajjhakyata kilamalam pratilabdha selam. Because I am always in bhakta vachalaha. Likewise, Lord admits that I am servant of my devotees. Yat sevaya charana padma pavitrenum. I keep dust of my devotees on top of my uh, helmet. So he says, uh, and he says that Nashrihi viraktim apimam vijihat yasyaha. Though I am not very much attached to goddess of fortune, but she never leaves my lotus feet. Nashrihi viraktim apimam vijihat yasyaha. And but many people they worship goddess of fortune for her little bit of glance. Preksha lavardha lava for the sake of little bit of glance of goddess of fortune. Preksha lavard itere nimanuhanti. They will do so many vratas and pujas for the sake of blessings of goddess of fortune. But she is engaged in my lotus feet, though I am not too much attached. Okay, again, there is very beautiful pastimes of Prithu Maharaj. He he glorifies that, oh my dear Lord, you are always inclined to the devotee, uh, but you, you because you are not even attracting to goddess of fortune. There he says that why you would need why you need goddess of fortune? You are Swayeva Disney, Swayeva Disney. Likewise, there is very beautiful statement he mentions to the Supreme Lord. Karo जगज्जनन्यं जगदीशवैश्यं स्यादेव यत्कर्मिणः समीहितं करोषि फल्गु अपि गुरुद्धेन वत्सलः स्वयेव दिस्ने अभिरतस्य किं तया स्वयेव दिस्ने अभिरतस्य किं तया because you're always atmaram, you're always deriving happiness from yourself itself. You don't need anyone else, you don't need goddess of fortune, you don't need anyone else. That is swayeva disney abhiratasya kim taya. Abhiras, this is the time whenever Prithu Maharaj, he was desiring that, oh my dear Lord, uh, if I am very much attached to your lotus feet to serve you. And then if I coming and serving there, there will be a competition between myself and goddess of fortune. So during that time, you would be only inclined to me. And because you don't need the goddess of fortune for your happiness, but you are always Bhakta Vachalaha. It is so much lovingly he describes in his prayers to the Lord when Lord was present in the when Prithu Maharaj was performing sacrifice. At that time, Prithu Maharaj says that Swayev Disney Abhirata Sikim Tvaya, you don't need goddess of fortune, and you are Bhakta Vachalaha. And so, because of those reasons, many of those devotees come to your lotus feet. Bhajancha Twamata Eva Sadho, Vidastamaya Guna Vibramodhayam, Bhautpadanus Maranadrute Satam, Nimittam Manyid Bhagavanna Vidmahe, Bhajanchata Twamata Eva Sadho. Those sadhus, because you are Bhakta Vachal, they will come to your lotus feet. You don't even care about goddess of fortune. See, this is how Lord's loving affection towards his devotees. And devotees, even they will leave all kinds of material things. Yudhastha Mayaguna Vibramodhayam. Everything. Just become your servant. Just for the sake of Bhavat Padam Smarana Dute Satam. Nimittam Manyud Bhagavanna Vidmahe. They just want to chant your name. And remember your lotus feet. Bhavat Padam Smarana Dute Satam. Just to nimitta manyad. Bhagavanna Vidmahe, only for that sake. Just to glory, chant your name, that is sufficient. They will leave entire of their all of lands as living things. They don't, because you don't even care about the goddess of fortune, you're Bhakta Vachalaha, because that living little bit of affection itself, it is making devotees to leave everything and surrender themselves onto your lotus feet for the sake of your name, remembering your name and chant your name. How beautiful it is. So here, um, describing here, many hundreds and thousands of goddesses of fortune engage in the direct service of the Lord. Another feature of this verse is that it openly declares where the Vaikuntha lokas are situated. Okay, out of these things, tatra sarvopari gholoke, tatra Sarvopari Gholoke. There, Krishna personally Vihret Paramanandi Govindu Atulanayakaha. Without any competition. Atulanayaka means uncomparable. So his enjoyment. Vihret Paramanand. Ananda is happiness. Paramananda means transcendental happiness. Vihret Paramanandi Govindu Atulanayakaha. There is no one equal to him. Mattaha Paratara Nanyat. There is no one equal. Kinchidasti Dhananjaya. Equal or above him. That Nayaka, Atula Nayaka, Govindo, who is pleasure giving to the senses and all the cows, he is enjoying there on the topmost planet. That is the upper limit of the universe, or known as within this material world, Satyaloka is the topmost, or Brahmaloka. But the spiritual worlds, they are situated beyond, they are in the Brahma Jyoti. Out of those Brahma Jyoti, innumerable Vaikuntha plants. On top of all above those Vaikuntha plants, Goloka Vrindavan is there. So the spiritual world is situated beyond the universe. Therefore, it is stated here that spiritual world, Vaikuntha Loka, is the summit of all planetary systems. Okay, this is Chudamanim Subhagayantam Ivatmadisnyam. Very beautiful shloka. This is desirable when we are reciting and going through all these descriptions. We would see and experience when we chant the names of the Lord. Okay, so this is Krishna Prasad Sumukam Spruhaniya Dharma Sneha Kalaya Hri Samsprushantam Syame Prutavrisi Sobhitaya Shriyasvaha Chodhamanim Subhagayantam Ivatma Disnyam. Can I request devotees for a recitation line by line, please? Krishna Prasad Sumukam Spruhaniya Dharma
प्रसादं सुमुखं स्पृहणीयधामा
Sneha Hri Samsprushantam
नेहावलोककलया हृदि संस्पृशन्तं
Syame Prutavarasi Sobhitaya Sriyasvaha
श्यामे वृथा विरसि शोभितया श्रियाश्वा
Chodamanim Subhagayantam Ivatmadisnyam.
चूडामणिं सुभगयन्तं आत्मधीष्णम्
Okay, once again. Krishna Prasad Sumukam Spruhaniya Dharma
कृष्णप्रसादसुमुखं दिव्यधाम
Sneha Priti Samsprushantam
नेहावलोककलया हृदि संस्पृशन्तम्
Yame Prutavarasi Sobhitaya Shriyasvaha
रामे वृथा वरसि शोभितया श्रिया स्वः
Chodamanim Subhagayantam Ivatmadisnyam.
Sudamanim
चूडामणिं
Svayandamivapnathinyam.
Okay, once more. Krishna Prasad Sumukam Spruhaniya Dharma
Krishna Prasada
Sumukham
Sumaham Spruhanyadhama.
Srahanyadhama
Kalaya Hridi Samsprushantam
Sneha Valuka Kalaya
Hare
Hridisam
Samprashantam
Andam.
Yame Prutavarasi Sobhitaya Sriyasvaha
Shyame
Yame
Pridam
Prathavarase
Rishishobhidaya
Shobhidaya
Shriya Swaha.
Shriya Swaha
Chodamanim Subhagayantam Ivatmadisnyam.
Chudamanim
Ramanim
Subhayandam
Shubhagayantam
Vatmadishyam.
Ivatmadishanam.
Very beautiful. Can I request Meena Mataji to start the recitation, please?
कृष्णप्रसादं सुमुखं स्पृणामि धाम स्नेहावलोककलया यदि संस्पृशन्तं श्यामे वृथा वरसि शोभितया श्रिया चूडामणिं सुभगयन्तम् इवात्मतीक्ष्णयम्
Very beautiful, very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Asha Mataji, please. Jai Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. I'll try Prabhuji, I don't know to. Krishna Prasada Sumukham Subrahaniya Snehawaloka Kalaya Hृदि Samprashantam Shyame Prathavarasi Shobhitaya Shriya Swaha Chudamanim Shubhagayantam Ivatmadishnyam.
Very beautiful,
Is
very
it
nice.
okay?
Thank you,
Okay,
Mataji.
thank you.
Gauringi Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Krishna Prasada Sumukham Sprihani Yadhama. Sorry Prabhuji. Krishna Prasada Sumukham Sprihani Yadhama. Sneha Valoka Kalayariddhi Sasprisantam श्यामे पृथापुरसि शोभितया श्रिया सा चूडामणिं सुगायन्तमेवत्मधिष्णम्. Sorry, Prabhuji, can't pronunciation.
Very beautiful, Mataji. Very nicely recited. Thank you. And Devasis Prabhuji, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Krishna prasad shubhamukakam sprishaya dhama sneha avaloka kalaya hridis sparsham shayam pratyu ushashi shubhataya Sriya Shavash Shava Churamani Shubhagayantam Ivantam Disham. Haribol Prabhu.
Very nice. Do you have Mampi Mataji Prabhuji?
Prabhuji, she is not here. Haribol.
Sure, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Asha Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I'll try. Krishna Prasada Shumugam Supruhanyatama Sneha Baloga Kalaya Kriti Shandam Shyame Pradau Urashi Shobidaya Shriya Swaha Shuda Manim Subhayandam Ivatma Tishnyam. Hare Krishna.
Very beautiful, very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Ram Lalla Prabhuji, please.
Krishna prasada shushukam sprihaniya Sneha Valoka Kalaya Ridi Sansprishat Shantam Shama Pita Burashi Shobitaya Sriyash Shasha Sura Munim Shubhagayanta Shubha Shubhagayanto Shubhagayanti Disham. Sorry, Prabhu, can I try again?
Yes, Prabhuji, please.
Krishna Prasada Shushukam Sprihaniadham Sneha Valoka Kalaya Didishang Shantam Shama Pita Burasa Shobitaya Sriyashasha Chura Muni Shubhagayanti mi vatma disham. Hare Krishna.
Very beautiful, very nice. Prabhuji, do you have Sita Sundari Mataji?
She's not here, Prabhuji.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's fine, Prabhuji. Jai Mataji, want to try again?
Yes, please, Prabhuji. Sorry. Krishna Prasada Sumukham Sprurniya Dhama Snehavaloka Kalaya Rudi Samprashantam Shyame Pruthava Urasi Shobhitaya Shriya Swaha Chudamanim Shubhagayantam Ivatmadhishnyam. I think.
Very beautiful, so beautiful. Meena Mataji, want to go?
Yeah, Krishna Krishna Prasada Samukam Srunayadamam Nihavaloka Kalaya Nadi Samspushantam Shami Pruthavurasiso Vitaya Sriya Swaha Chudamanim Subhagayantam Ivatma Tishnayam.
Very beautiful, very nice. कृष्णप्रसादसुमुखं स्पृहणीयधाम स्नेहावलोककलया हृदि संस्पृशन्तम् श्यामे कृतावरसि शोभितया श्रिया स्वः चूडामणिं सुभगयन्तम् इवात्मदेष्ण्यम्. It goes very slowly. When we do it, when we have got enough time for recitation, it is so pleasing to recite in a slow mode like Jai Mataji does. But I'm always going a bit quicker. Okay, so I don't get an opportunity to take that tune. Okay. Okay.
Prabhuji, in the third line, you mentioned Sasa. Where is there is no? Can you? What is the real pronunciation in the third line at the end?
So this is Shriya Swaha. So in the Shriya
But there is no sa. Sa. Okay. Sa.
Shriya Swaha. This is sometimes there is hyphen.
Ah.
Swachudamanim. It is a combined word when we split for the sake of grammatical things. And here, because we break at the end of the sentence, the visarga sound we pronounce Shriya Swaha, and then Chodamanim. And the next word is Chodamanim. The synonyms will give light enlightenment for how to pronounce for.
In the Sanskrit, you go up little bit up. In the Sanskrit, there is no normally in the yes. That was there.
There
There
is
is there is
hyphen.
yes. Okay. That's why in the Sanskrit it does not. That's why.
Yes, Prabhuji.
I think.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Prabhuji. Would you like anyone would like to do it once more? Okay.
Prabhuji, you mentioned anything to me?
Yeah, if devotees want to recite once more, anyone?
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Krishna Prasada Shushukam Spriya Aniyadham Sneha Valoka Kalaya Ridishang Srisantam Shame Pita Burasa Sobhitaya Sriya Sa Churamonim Subhagayanti Atma Disham. Hare Krishna. The tone was different. The melody I take it was different.
Very beautiful, Prabhuji. Would you like to read the translation, Prabhuji?
Thank you. Please go up little bit. The Lord, yes, the Lord is the reservoir of all pleasure. His auspicious presence is meant for everyone's benediction, and his affectionate, smiling, and glancing touch the core of the heart. The Lord's beautiful bodily color is blackish, and his broad chest is the resting place of the goddess of fortune, who glorifies the entire spiritual world, the summit of all heavenly planets. Thus, it appeared that the Lord was personally spreading the beauty and good fortune of all of the spiritual world. Praise.
Very good. Thank you, Prabhuji. Very beautiful. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. We shall move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. Okay, today letter to Dinesh Chandra, July 30th, 1971, Los Angeles. Can I request Asha Mataji to read this letter, please?
My dear Dinesh Chandra, please accept my blessings and offer the same to your wife Krishna Devi, daughter Vishnu Arati, and Kulashegara Prabhu. I am in due receipt of your very encouraging letter dated 13th of June 1971 and have noted the contents carefully. Your endeavor is very much appreciated. Thank you very much. You have all my good wishes. Success or no success, it doesn't matter. You have come to Israel with your family, and that is my pleasure. All blessings upon you. So, for the time being, you can stay in your apartment, have discourses, and hold kirtana, and whoever voluntarily may join, no one can object. Whoever comes, give him nice prasadam. For the time being, this can be done. There is no need of outside engagement if they are not possible to get. If you can, that's all right. But inside activities should go on. So live peacefully, and whatever service you can render is all right. You should preach on the position of God. You can describe how God consciousness can be developed. We are not presenting another God. We shall talk on God, His nature, His excellent position, His omnipresence, and how we can realize Him. For example, in Bhagavad Gita, we can realize, as it is stated there, that God is in everything extraordinary. We can realize God is in the taste of water. When we are thirsty and drink water, the nice taste which quenches the thirst, that is God. So gradually you can introduce and disclose that according to the Vedic faith, God is called Krishna, just as he called Jehovah or Allah. Indirectly, you can say that God has no name, but because we are accustomed, accustomed, accustomed to understand everything by giving some uh, nomenclature. So God has names which are
Nomenclature.
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 Nomenclature. Okay, sorry. Thank you, Prabhu. Nomenclature. So God has names which are sustained by his activities. For example, God is creating. So if I call God the master of the world, Jagadisa, then what is the wrong there? And who can deny that God created the world? We are not concerned with the common man because they will think that we are criticizing. So speak on general features of how we understood God. God is called great in every religion. Our appreciations of greatness are 6 in number. These are stated in the Krishna book introduction. So you have to introduce the matter of God scientifically, and that will be appreciated by any reasonable man. If we say that your God is like this and our God is like that, then there will be a great disturbance. Simply speak on general topics that God is like this. Then let them read our literature and ask questions. In this way, try to push on our missionary activities. Hoping this will meet you in good health. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. P.S. In answer to Krishna Devi's questions, I have not received your cookbook as of yet. Mustard seed, etc. These are exciting spices and should be avoided. Vegetable ghee is all right. If real ghee is not available or easily acquired. So far, my coming to Israel, I will be glad to come, but I do not know yet if it is possible. but when my program is fixed, I will let you know, probably by the first week in August.
Srila
Hare
Prabhupada.
Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Mataji. Any takeaway points, Mataji, from this letter?
Try, Prabhu, is quite, I will try. So this is a letter for Dinesh Chandra Prabhu, and his Srila Prabhupada gave blessing to him, his wife, and his children, daughter and son, I think, Vishnu, Arti, and Kulashegara Prabhu. So this Srila Prabhupada was very pleased because he got a encouraging letter from the Prabhu on the 30th of June. So in this letter, he appreciated the contents of the letter. He thanking the Prabhu for the contents, and so in this letter, he's telling Dinesh Chandra Prabhu to come to Israel with his family to do the service. So whether they get success or not, he has to come to the Israel, and he's Srila Prabhupada giving his blessing to his family. So for a time being, for a little time, he said you can stay in his apartment, and he said whoever join you, so he said welcome them, give them nice prasadam, and if he said inside the apartment, the kirtanas, prasadam giving, everything should going on. But if possible only, he has to go outside and do the kirtanas and other activities, book distribution and everything. So this, for the time being, he said you can please do carry on inside your house. But whatever he afford to do it, whatever he can do it, so he had to do it. And the preaching of the position of the God, I really didn't get it, Prabhu, but I'll try. So he in here he said instructing Prabhu how to talk to the new devotees who are joining newly. He said, talk about God, his nature, his position, how we realize him, everything. We have to the Prabhu has to explain to the new devotees. So how we could explain to him, like how we drink the water. When we drink the water, we feel the taste. So in that the God is there. In thirst, the God is there. So everywhere you see the God, and slowly, then you can introduce Krishna, the Vedic Vedic faith, which is called Krishna. So he mainly mentioned not to say Krishna straight away, which I didn't get it. So he said, doesn't matter. He could tell them that Jehovah or Allah or any other God is God. So he said not to mention Krishna. I don't know, Prabhu. Or maybe indirectly he can mention and introduce them the Vedic scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and all other Srila Prabhupada books. So something he said, who created the world, who created all these things for us. So everything the Prabhu has to explain to the new devotees or follow devotees. Something he said, the preaching should be very careful not to mention Krishna first. Maybe, I don't know. So they might get it wrong. So he said to the Prabhus to mention the God is great in every religion. And so maybe later on, slowly, they can introduce the books, and they can tell Krishna's name. That's my thinking. Mm. That's all like I really couldn't understand the last paragraph, Prabhu. How he has to talk to the other people, and finally he said he didn't receive the Krishna, the book, cooking book, and he mentioned that mustard seeds, some spices should be avoided, and if they couldn't get the proper ghee, cow ghee, then they should use the vegetable ghee, which is for the alternative. That's all I could see, Prabhu. If you could elaborate more for me, please. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Very beautifully explained all this one. So in the last paragraph here, Prabhupada is saying like we are not concerned with the common man because they will think that we are criticizing. But here we are speaking on the same God, only one God across all the regions. But we are just simply describing how qualities of the Lord, how great He is in every aspect. Here we are showing to everyone else, and everyone has got a different conception. They will say God is great, but they don't know in what aspects God is great. We call Jagannatha, Lokanatha, Bhaktavachalaha, Dhenabandhu, so many of names. These are all by his this nomenclature it is given here. Everything by giving some nomenclature. He is son of Devaki, son of Vasudeva, son of Yashoda, son of Nandan. So likewise, different names, all these names. Krishna, all attractive personality of Godhead. Likewise, they also have got different names, but here we are exposing more of his activities, his names like that. But God is only one God. Okay, that is the main theme of this letter. Okay, but some others speak on the topics. So do not distinguish your God or my God like that, but speak that God is like this and his qualities are like this. Okay, this is the theme. Thank you, Mataji. Very beautifully explained this letter. Okay, that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter.
Hare Krishna. Just little thing. Actually, this is actually the whenever we make our nomenclature, actually Prabhupada mentioned correctly, we have to present is not our God. We have to present God, Supreme Lord. So if it is our God is considered as a that is a isolated, something isolated, someone. It is my scripture, it is my, it's not like that. It's a general presentation. You have to, water, for example, we have to present water, the quality, water, hydrogen, oxygen, general way, and people can accept easily. But if you focus on only attached to it is a one group, what is called fanatism. This my God, my like it. So I can separate to others. So that's why it's not that is I am repeating. My water is like this hydrogen and oxygen. It's not like that. So Prabhupada mentioned is that they very nicely actually what is the the nomenclature. There are many categories like in those who are studying in biology, they understand this nomenclature, how they distinguish one another, how to division category. First we start from phylum and division, then at the end is species. So it is different order. This is a classification. But main thing, it is generally when we present this God is supreme, God is all attractive, God is all powerful, and slowly by slowly, his characteristics, his like this, like people will think about that. Okay, my Lord is great, Even Jews or Muslim or Christian, everybody knows his Lord is great. And how great is it? They can understand how he can do that. So then coming to his activities, Leela, how beautiful, how Shata Sahasra Shata Shebhamana. So all goddess of fortune they are worshipping. How nice! Even goddess of people are looking for in this world. Who is a not hero also? They are looking for also heroine. How nice, beautiful they are, and they are surrounded by him and following that hero is how nice. So this is the excellent way. This is romance also there. And the science also there, how he is dealing everything, how powerful, how strength. We are looking for who is the wrestler, who can win, who can defeat easily to others. We can know this wrestler, the power of wrestler, how beautiful, how strengthful, how he is. Then we can learn from his books. Actually, from these books, not his from this scripture, we can know his qualities. So that's why it's very cautiously we have to very cautionary. We have to present about God. So that's why Prabhupada mentioned it's a long way to mention actually, but we sometimes we make mistake. Even also in the Hindu forum, if we present our Krishna, our Lord, it's not like because they will present my Shiva is the great, my Sai Baba is great, my this and this. Then we have to present, we have to say correctly how to defeat Mayavadi. So that's why we have to be very careful about it. And even Prabhupada also, before that, even our Supreme Lord, Mahaprabhu also, he has, that he was initiated by also that group to, and then people will recognize him correctly. So sometimes as a devotee, has to take diplomatic way how to deal, and God is knowing his power, his intention, and that's why God will support him how he can present life, because the Lord knowing that what is his desire to present my Lord, how great he is, present my glories. In Bhagavad Gita at the end he mentioned who want to present my glories, he will be always successful, you will come to me at the end. So main point also very is a short sentence, but we have to understand is a deeper way. So how we have to preach to Hare Krishna movement, as a devotee has to know the technique. Technique is he has to desire, he has to worship, he has to do his correctly his japa. Otherwise, I want it's not as a business market. We are going to publicity, giving publicity, and you accept. We are counting this number. Okay, how many people has accepted my product? Not like that way. The point is actually either today they will purify, not immediately, because this is the cleaning process. We need janam, many lifetime we have dust on our heart, so it has to be clean. Maybe someone can do very immediately detergent, powerful detergent as Prabhupada mouth, from his mouth how he has cleaned, but also some people cannot. Even some people are closer to him, they are not accepted the what was the preaching. So and Prabhupada knowing this is the actually short sentence, but it's a powerful meaning. How it is the key point to us how to preach, and systematically how to preach, how to attract. Even sometimes the preacher, even the central London, how they are doing, how you are looking nice, how nice. Some people like politics, some people like cricket, some people football. They have to present according, not immediately, they will not accept immediately about the book, they will not accept the book. They'll say, oh, how cricket, how football was nice, like this, their favorite player. Then they will come closer and saying different one. And at the end, they say, my law, this is the Krishna is another hero. He played nicely. He played this game. He played this game. they will feel attracted with him. Even I know many devotees, even those who are artists, only and they feel, oh, how nice this boy is nice. How can I draw him? And finally, he knew, she knew actually that was lady, Russian lady. She knew that this is the what people are worshipping him. Or suddenly, or fortunately, she went to one of the temple, and then she found exactly this boy, how nice he is. And at the end, she became as a devotee. So there is many examples. That's why is a we have to follow this instruction, how to preach, how to do, how to different. And there's another thing also, giving prasadam. People cannot listen, okay, not too long discussion, no long debate. Give him some prasadam. So that is the way actually. And at the last paragraph, Mataji also mentioned that actually this is the one of the special, the mustard. You know, here also available mustard oil or mustard seed. It is smell is very strong, acidic actually, very strong acidic. And sometimes people are using this. This is a spices, especially Indian people. A lot of Indian people they are using it. And the taste is strong. Taste is sometimes very nice, but it's very strong. For example, similar kind of onion, but is a different smell actually. Not be such kind of smell of onion or garlic, another types. But it is also we can accept, we can take, but Prabhupada also sometimes mention, sometimes not occasionally, but we have not regularly we cannot take it. It's strong and stomach. Sometimes it go beneficial effect, herbal effect, but we should always not take it. So that is
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay, very nicely added a few points. Okay, so sometimes we see Radha Londoneshwara and the Lord Radha Parisheshwara. So Lord is Sarvaloka Maheshwara, but limiting those names are given some kind of limiting the Lord's potencies. So that needs to be considered. Sometimes the other people may devotees unknowingly taking inheriting and that they will spread with their own names. Of course, it is a devotee's mode, but we need to also not minimize the Lord's position as just limiting to one particular area. Okay, so just one thing. Yeah,
Prabhuji is just, and I feel eager to know. Even Radha London, sometimes I was thinking, why it is Radha Londoneshwar, why is the name of the local place? But some way, because people is considered, London is considered as the center of the universe now in this planet. This planet. And people will interest, oh, there is a London, there is a Ishwar also there. There is a universe, this the Lord is there also. And some people feel, oh, how nice he is. It's a different way actually. But even I was asking myself also, are there different people? But actually, Prabhupada giving the name, but there is some meaning, some potential also there. So that's why we understand this is the Prabhupada way of thinking. Maybe that time or that way, different way, but we don't know what is the special way. It is not as a rather Indian Ishwar, not like that, or rather American Ishwar, not like that. Rather Lord Ishwar, there is a power. There is a power. Because devotees gave the name, that is, it has some potency,
yes.
not maximum potency.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So that's why we use Govinda. So these names are to mention his qualities in such a way that will be all auspicious. No, and the center of the universe is like a Meru mountain. In this universe, it is Meru mountain. But this London, that one, keeping this is center, this is man-made things. Therefore, the political grounds, that is not the right thing. But Naimisharanya, where all the great sages they're performing. So these are all where Meru mountain. Meru mountain is the center of the universe.
Indeed. Why then, even also I am counteract this question. Why Prabhupada has given this name? Because it's a auspicious name actually, is it not?
Sorry, Prabhuji.
Why Prabhupada has given this name?
Radha Landaneshwara.
Yes. Why?
Um, I don't know, Prabhuji, but so it's just to attack the hearts of London people. So it is a devotee's mode. Devotee with one devotee's mode does not understand by other devotees. So here, as Krishna is coming to the Western world, just to give attention to all of those people. So possibly that could be the reason. But when we go there, we don't see Radha Landaneshwar. There we see, I think Radha Krishna temple, isn't it, Prabhuji?
Exactly.
Radha
Because
Krishna temple.
yeah, because this is a first installation of Lord in Europe at that time. And it was, that is another history.
The mood of the devotee, how he wanted to name.
It was kidnapped, actually, Prabhupada kidnapped. And mood of devotee, actually, that is the point, actually. This mood, and at that time, first, if people knowing that, oh, this is the Radha Krishna or something else, they will not feel interest, actually, at the beginning. So that's why, actually, there's some, this is a Prabhupada as a businessman, diplomatic person, actually, how he attracts people. But here, this is the only one place. But other place, no name of the with the name of material place actually. Yes.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay, that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. We shall move to Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna speaking to Arjuna, that anyone who takes birth, they have to die. Whoever dies, they will take birth. Jatasi hidrava mrityuhu dhruvam janma mritasya cha tasmad apariharyadhyena tum sochitum arhasi, which cannot be avoided. For that sake, one does not have to lament, because either you're happy or crying or anything, it would happen. Whatever needs to happen, it will happen. So no need to lament for that sake. Nattum sochitum arhasi. So after saying that, Krishna is further saying, so living entities, before they were not existed, in the middle they existed, at the later on, after the dissolution, and again they will not be visible. So why to lament for those people? Before they were not there, after that, after a few years, they would not be there. In the middle, they will be there. Why you cry unnecessarily for the which appear in the middle, which is temporarily visible? So likewise, Krishna is saying in another aspect. Okay, we are in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, verse number 28. अव्यक्तादीनि भूतानि व्यक्तमध्यानि भारत अव्यक्तनिधनान्येव तत्र का परिदेवना. Abhyaktadini bhutani. In the beginning, unmanifested. All these living entities, all that are created. In the beginning, there was no people are existing with the names right now. Everyone has got some names and moving on the world. If we look back 100 years before, these people not exist. A different set of people are there. So Abhyaktadini bhutani. And in the beginning of the creation, there were no people. So likewise, after Brahma creation only people came. Avyaktadhini bhutani, vyakta madhyani bharata. In the middle they are manifested. Vyakta, they manifested. Madhyani in the middle. Bharata, or descendant of Bharata. Avyakta nidhananyeva. And this non-manifested, whenever it is vanquished. Nidhanani. When vanquished again, it will go into the same position as it was before. In the beginning, there is nothing. In the middle, there were some manifestations, and at the end, again, it will be unmanifested. So, tatra ka paridhevana. So, it is all like that. Therefore, What is the need of for lamenting? Okay, this is Arjuna. Krishna is saying that many people they work very hard, accumulate so many things, construct so many buildings, and then die. What is the use of building all those things? They don't take along with them. So this is Abjektadhini Bhutani Vyaktamadhyani Bharata Abjekta Nidananyeva Tatra Ka Paridevanam. The translation. All created beings are unmanifest in their beginning, manifest in their interim state, and unmanifest again when annihilated. So what need is there for lamentation? Okay, purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, so there are two paragraphs. Can request Jai Mataji one paragraph and Meena Mataji another paragraph.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, can you hear me all right? Because I've
Yes,
got
Mataji.
something.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Accepting that there are two classes of philosophers, one believing in the existence of the soul and the other not believing in the existence of the soul, there is no cause for lamentation in either case. Non-believers in the existence of the soul are called atheists by followers of Vedic wisdom. Yet, even if, for argument's sake, we accept this atheistic theory, there is still no cause for lamentation. Apart from the separate existence of the soul, the material elements remain unmanifested before creation. From this subtle state of non-manifestation comes manifestation, just as from ether air is generated, from air fire is generated, from fire water is generated, and from water earth becomes manifested. From the earth many varieties of manifestations take place. Take for example a big skyscraper manifested from the earth. When it is dismantled, the manifestation becomes again unmanifested and remains as atoms in the ultimate stage. The law of conservation of energy remains, but in course of time, things are manifested and unmanifested. That is the difference. Then what cause is there for lamentation, either in the stage of manifestation or in unmanifestation? Somehow or other, even in the unmanifested stage, things are not lost. But both at the beginning and at the end, all elements remain unmanifested, and only in the middle are they manifested. And this does not make any real material difference. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Meena Mataji, please.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. And if we accept the Vedic conclusions as stated in Bhagavad Gita that these material bodies are perishable in due course of time, and anantavanta ime deha, but that the soul is eternal, nitya, 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 nityashokta, what is sar, sariraha, sariraha, Prabhu?
Saririnaha.
Sariraha. Okay. Then we must remember always that the body is like a dress. Therefore, why lament the changing of a dress? Material body has no actual existence in real relation to the eternal soul. It is something like a dream. In a dream, we may think of flying in the sky or sitting on a chariot as a king. But when we wake up, we can see that we are neither in the sky nor seated in the chariot. The Vedic wisdom encourages self realization on the basis of non existence of the material body. Therefore, in either case, whether one believes in the existence of the soul or one does not believe in the existence of the soul, there is no cause for lamentation for loss of the body. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, very beautiful. So again, here Prabhupada is explaining. So either one may believe with existence of soul, and one may not believe existence in both scenarios. One does not have to worry about or lament for anything. So non-believers in the existence of soul are called atheists. This is Loka Etikas and Vaibhashikas. So these both they have got uh, material conceptions. So even if we follow, even if for the argument's sake, if we accept atheistic theory, there is no cause for lamentation because it keeps on changing. Why one may be thinking that okay, for the sake of administration purposes, we must do in this way, but these are all given in the Vedic injunctions by the the great sages, not by the man-made things. How harmoniously living entities can live happily, and they have got their own engagements. But man-made things by the atheistics, none of these principles are giving any happiness to the whole. Instead, everyone are fighting themselves all the time, anxiety. No one knows when what is going to happen, and making cause for the distress for so many people. That is the atheists are making this world. Even on that side also, no need to consider of these principles of the atheism. So lamentation. So from the philosophy side, even if we take the uh, philosophy of atheists, there is no need for lamentation. Okay, apart from that separate existence of the soul, the material elements remain unmanifested before the creation. From the subtle state of non-manifestation comes from manifestation, just as from ether, air is generated. And then so this is the principle of the creation. So first of all, a mode of ignorance from the Mahatattva. And यत्तत्त्रिगुणम् अव्यक्तं नित्यं सदसदात्मकं प्रधानं प्रकृतिः प्राहुः avishesham visheshavat. Pradhanam is the avishesh, unmanifested state is called pradhana, manifested state is called prakriti. And then prakriti, from prakriti, how does that takes place? So this is first of all mahatattva, all kinds of ingredients existing like uh, amalgamated initially. Amalgamated in the sense just like a lump of matter. And then from whenever Lord agitated with by his potency with the three material modes of nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance. So from there, it gets manifest from mode of goodness. The mind and all the demigods get generated from mode of passion, the senses and the knowledge of the senses, how they can be utilized. That knowledge gets generated. And from the mode of ignorance, all the panchbhutas, tanmatras, and corresponding senses get generated and corresponding. So the first one is the sound. From the sound, the sky get manifested, and from the sky, later on, next tanmatra is the sense of touch, and then further the air get generated, and then gradually next one is the form, sense of sight, and then the fire, and then after that sense of taste, and then water, and then sense of smell, and then the earth. So these 10 elements, 5 tanmatras, 5 panchbhutas gets created from mode of ignorance. And from mode of passion, all those the senses get jnanendriyas, karanendriyas, and corresponding knowledge. They are get created from the mode of passion. So all these elements starting from the sound. That's why sound is very important. When we inherit or receive knowledge, that is only through the sound from the bona fide spiritual succession. Okay, and then so starting from the sound, and this earth get manifested at the end. From the earth, there are varieties of manifestation takes place, and gave so many building skyscrapers, So they need all materials that all coming from the earth only, earth water. And later on again it will merge into the same unmanifested. So this is the law of conservation of energy remains, but in course of time things are manifested and unmanifested. That is the difference. But energy is never lost. Energy is always there, but it will change from one form to another form. So then, what cause is there for lamentation, either in the stage of manifestation or unmanifestation? So this is different kinds of philosophies. Why one to lament for? So somehow or other, even in the unmanifested stage, things are not lost. Both at the beginning and at the end, all elements remain unmanifested. And only in the middle, they are manifested. And this does not make any real material difference. But the living entities, as long as they are occupying one body, they will go through pains and pleasures. That is the only matter. That is based on their desires. And further, if we accept the Vedic conclusion, as stated in Bhagavad Gita, so the first paragraph is the atheistic conclusions and their ultimate result, whether to lament or whether not to lament because of manifestation and unmanifestations. So here, if we take the Vedic conclusions from the Bhagavad Gita, these material bodies are perishable in due course of time. This is Antavanti Medeha, but spirit soul is eternal. Nityasyoktaha, Nityasya Bhuktaha. It is all the time existed. Nityaha Sarvakataha Stanhu Achaloyam Sanatanaha. It is Sanatanaha. It is that even is in the Saririnaha. It is present in the body at the moment. Then we must remember always that body is like a dress. Therefore, why lament the changing of a dress? But because here in this human life, we can understand that this is a dress, but animal does not know because it is wrapped up by this matter, and then it will only feel that I am a dog, I am a cat, and then I need to eat and sleep and mate, and then that's all, and then die. It cannot understand that I am the spirit soul. But here only one can counteract all this lamentation. Why lament the changing of dress? So material body has no factual existence in relation to the eternal soul. It is something like a dream. In a dream, we may think of flying in the sky or sitting on a chariot as a king. But when we wake up, we can see that we are neither in the sky nor seated on the chariot. This is like a dream. These yogis in the real position, once they have achieved a transcendence, they see that it is a swapnam punarnabhajite pratibuddha vastuhu swapnam. It is just like a dream, just like a dream, and where Prithvi Maharaj, not Prithvi Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, he thinks that this is like a Maya Richitamatmani Gandharva Nagaropamam. He realizes that one. It is Gandharva Nagaropam. It is phantasmagoria. It does not have real existence. Okay, this is the Vedic wisdom encourages self-realization on the basis of the non-existence of the material body. Therefore, in either case, whether the believes the existence of the soul or one does not believe in the existence of soul, there is no cause for lamentation for the loss of body. Okay, so likewise, Krishna is encouraging Arjuna to wake up and then fight. Okay, so this is very beautiful shloka. There are all our beautiful shlokas. But this is full of philosophy. It needs lots of explanations. But examples we are seen in the Bhagavatam. So how people have realized that and Manyaman idam vishwam maya richitam atmani avidya rachit swapna gandharva nagarupam. Dhruv Maharaj, when after living enough in the family life and ruling kingdom for 10,000 years, 30,000 years, sorry, 36,000 years. And then he has handed over the kingdom to his children, and then looking at back, everything, Manyamanam idam Vishwam, he is thinking that all this universe, it is Maya Rajitam Atmani, Maya Rajitam. It is um, it is entangling the soul within this material. It is capturing, putting him in this goodness, passion, and ignorance. कार्य कारण कर्तृत्वे द्रव्य ज्ञान क्रियाश्रयाः बध्नन्ति निचिदा मुक्त माहिनं पुरुषं गुणाः. It will capture the soul within this world. This body is you, and this other environment belongs to you, in such a way it bewilders the soul for some time. One method. So you have got duties towards these living entities. In such a way, it will capture. And then he will feel and act according that, yes, I am this particular person, I belong to this town, this is my house, and act for some time. And the play, it will keep going on for some time. But in the complete realization state, he says that it is swapnam. It is just like a dream. Okay, so that is very beautiful shloka coming here. Avyaktadhini bhutani vyakta madhyani bharata avyakta nidhananyeva tatra ka paridevana. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so we shall go and recite these shlokas from 22 to 28. Please, can I request devotees take a turn to recite. Yeah, can I request Asha Mataji to start with, please? With invocation praise Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya from 20 to 28. Asha Mataji, are available to start?
Yes, Prabhu. Just a moment. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vasamshi jirnani yada vihaya navani krihanadi naro abarani tata sharirani vihaya jirnan anyani shamyadi navani dehi. नैनं चिन्तन्ति सश्वानि नैनं दहति पावकः न चैनं क्लेदयन् यावो न शोषयति मारुतः. अच्छेद्योऽयम् अदाह्योऽयम् अक्लेद्यो अशोष्य एव च नित्यः सर्वगतः स्थाणुः अचलोऽयं सनातनः. अव्यक्तोऽयम् अचिन्त्योऽयम् अविकार्यो अयम् उच्यते तस्मात् एवं विदित्वैनं नानुशोषितुम् अर्हसि. अदचैनं नित्यजातं नित्यं वा मन्यसे मृदम् तदापि त्वं महाबाहो नैनं शोषितुम् अर्हसि. जगतस्य हि ध्रुवो मृत्योः ध्रुवं जन्म मृतस्य च तस्मात् हार्येऽर्धे न त्वं शोषितुम् अर्हसि अव्यक्तादीनि भूतानि व्यक्तमध्यानि भारत अव्यक्तनिधनान्येव तत्र का परिदेवना हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna, very beautiful Mataji. So nicely recited. Very nice. Thank you so much. Okay. Anyone is interested to recite? Okay. Jai Mataji, want to go?
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. I'll try, Prabhuji. वासांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय नवानि गृह्णाति नरोपराणि तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णानि अन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहि नैनं छिदन्ति शस्त्राणि नैनं दहति पावकः न चैनं क्लेदयन्त्यापो न शोषयति मारुतः अच्छेद्योऽयम् अद्यायोऽयम् अक्लेद्यो शोष्यस्य एव च नित्यः सर्वगतस्तानुर् अचलोऽयं सनातनः अव्यक्तोऽयम् अचिन्त्योऽयम् अविकार्योऽयम् अच्युते तस्मादेवं विदित्वैनं नानुशोचितुम् अर्हसि अथ चैनं नित्यजातं नित्यं वा मन्यसे मृतं तथापि त्वं महाबाहो नैनं शोचितुम् अर्हसि जातस्य हि ध्रुवो मृत्युर्ध्रुवं जन्म मृतस्य च तस्मादपरिहार्ये अर्थे न त्वं शोचितुम् अर्हसि अव्यक्तादीनि भूतानि व्यक्तमध्यानि भारत अव्यक्तनिधनान्य एव तत्र का परिदेवना Hare Krishna. Sorry Prabhuji, today it was not very good at all. Hare Krishna, please forgive me for my mistakes. Thank you.
Very beautiful, very nice Mataji. You have done very nice recitations. Okay, can I request next? Garinge Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Okay. वासांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय नवानि गृह्णाति नरोपराणि तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णान्यन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहि नैनं छिन्दन्ति शस्त्राणि नैनं दहति पावकः न चैनं क्लेदयन्त्यापो न शोषयति मारुतः अच्छेद्यो यमदाह्यो यमक्लेद्यो शोष्यैव च नित्यः सर्वगतस्थाणुर्चलोऽयं सनातनः अव्यक्तो यमचिन्त्यो यमभिकार्यो यमुच्यते तस्मादेव विदित्वैनं नानुशोचितुमर्हसि अथ चैनं नित्यजातं नित्यं वा मन्यसे मृतं तथापि त्वं महाबाहो नैनं शोचितुमर्हसि जातस्य हि ध्रुवो मृत्युर्ध्रुवं जन्ममृतस्य च तस्मात् परिहर्यार्थेन न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि अव्यक्तादीनि भूतानि व्यक्तमध्यानि भारत अव्यक्तनिधन्येय तत्र का परिदेवना हरे कृष्ण प्रभु
Hare Krishna. Very beautiful, very nice. Thank you so much, Mataji. Meena Mataji, please.
भासांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय नवानि गृहान्ति नरोपराणि तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णा नन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहि नैनं छिन्दति सहस्राणि नैनं दहन्ति पावकः न चैनं क्लेदयत्यापो न शोषन्ति मारुतः अच्छेन्द्यो अयं दाह्योऽयम् अलक्ष्योऽत्यो शोष एव च नित्यः सर्वगतस्नाणुम् अयं सनातन 6:25 अव्यक्तोऽयं चिन्तयम् अविकार्यो अयम् उच्यते तस्मादेवं विदित्वेनं नानुशोचन्ति मर्हसि अथ चैनं नित्यजातं नित्यं वा मन्यसे मृतं तथापि त्वं महाबाहो नैनं शोचन्तुमर्हसि जातस्य हि ध्रुवो मृत्युः ध्रुवं जन्म मृत्युश्च च तस्मादपरिहायत्थो न त्वं शोचन्तुमर्हसि अव्यक्तादीनि भूतानि व्यक्तम् अद्यानि भारत अव्यक्तनिधनात् एव तत्रं का परिदेवना हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Very beautifully recited. Okay, Ramlala Prabhuji, please.
Hare Krishna. सांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय नवानि गृह्णाति नरः पराणि तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णानि अन्यानि संजाते नवानि देहि नैनं छिन्दन्ति सहस्राणि नैनं दहति पावकः न चैनं क्लेदयन्तर्पा न शोषयति मारुतः अच्छादयां दजहायां क्लेदजया शस्य एव च निताः सर्वगतः अचलेहायां सनातनः अभक्तां चिन्तायां विकार्यहाय मुच्यते तस्मादेवं विदितात्मना नानुशोचति महर्षि अथैना नित्यता नित्यं वा मनुष्ये मृतम् तथापि तामहमहो नैनं शोचति महर्षि जातस्य हि ध्रुवं मृत्युश्च तस्मात् परिहार्येऽर्थे न तं शोचति महर्षि अवाप्तदीनि भूतानि व्यक्तं धनी भारत अवाप्तनिधनान्येव तत्र का परिदेवना आचार्यवाद sorry.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Very beautifully recited. Very nice. Okay. Thank you so much, dear devotees. All very beautiful recitations. Okay, and then
Prabhuji,
yes,
sorry
Mataji.
to disturb you a little bit. I have one question from the purport this morning, please.
Yes, Mataji, please.
Just I think it was in the first paragraph, if I'm not mistaken. There was something about
One is offenses stuff and
no, there was something.
Judamanim Chabagayantam. Submit.
No, that I understood. Yes, the Lord being equal to all and being especially inclined to his devotees. No, not that one, but it's similar. Where he's, it's above. On the part of the Lord, there was no offended mood because he does not accept any offense created by his sincere devotee. So his sincere devotee in this context, are they Jai and Vijay?
Yeah, both. Jay and Vijay as well as
And the four Kumaras.
four Kumaras, they are now only Brahman realized.
Yes.
Now they are coming to Vaikuntha means they are, but Jay and Vijay, they are already residents. They are already in the Vaikuntha. They are pure devotees as well.
So so the Lord here is doesn't get offended if the devotees make a mistake. Is that what it's saying here?
Yes. Devotees unknowingly, if they did something, for example, in the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in ecstatic mode, he used to lie on the next to the door and Govinda, when he was looking after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for the sake of service, he used to cross Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and then pass on to do the service. But once the Lord is wake up and then all the service is done, he is nicely fed and then everything is done. Later on, Govinda Das, he does not do such kind of things. He says, for the service sake, I can do it, but in the normal situations, I cannot do that one. So Lord is very pleased. So that one where Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami and Srila Prabhupada were beautifully explaining. So for his sake, one may do it, but sometimes unknowingly one may commit something mistake. Lord does not take it is very seriously. Sometimes this is called apad dharma. And in the usual times, when everything is normal, at the time, normally one has to follow rules and regulations. When there is the emergency situation, then apad dharma. So do whatever is needed at that point of time. Lord would not take it very seriously.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji.
Actually, this point, whatever I realized, because in this special planet, everyone is qualified. For example, at home, whatever the children they are doing, father is saying, okay, it's fine. There is a funny when there is because they are pure minded, they are pure soul. So if the little kid, whatever they can do, everything can be accepted, either fault or either is not question of not counting the fault. So for him, equal to all.
Yes. Very beautiful. Thank you, Prabhuji. It is one.
Yeah.
Devotees, they do not make mistakes, so they know what they are doing. But if they are doing here in this context, Jay and Vijay, they're simply carrying on their duties. But if it is real offense, but Lord, even though it is small thing, Lord would take it and on top of him. Tadditi atmakrutu manye yat swabhumbihi asatkrutaha. Oh, my dear Brahmanas, I take this one, whatever the offense you think it has happened, I take this as personally by me. I only did it. Tadditi atmakrutu manye, I only did it towards you. In such way, I take it. Yet swapumbihi asatkrutaha. Generally, master takes anything done by his servants, it come upon the master. But still, Lord does not take seriously from Jay and Vijay, but he will take it from him. He takes the responsibility. Because he wanted to please Brahmanas later on. So later on, he says, Brahma Daivam Paramhimi. And then he will also accept whatever Brahmanas are saying. It's a very beautiful mood. Hare Krishna.
Yes, thank you. So actually, then he doesn't reprimand his doorkeepers, but he asks. He wants to pacify the four Kumaras as well.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. He doesn't take it to heart that much. He doesn't get offended.
Yes, he did not take anything, but still, to pacify Kumara says that I am taking whatever they have done on top of me. Taditi Atmakutanmani, I only did it by personally myself. He take it upon him.
And like Ramlala Prabhuji explained, in a house, when the children do anything, then parents don't take it to heart. They probably guide them, but they don't take it.
Yes.
Something like that. Okay, thank you.
Very beautiful. This morning, this shloka, it is giving lots of enlightenment on the yes, this kind of again the mood of where Lord is coming with. This is actually it is so beautiful, but still it is less when we are seeing this Krishna and with all his entourage is not present there. Everyone are doing Vedic hymns and so many of those things. Okay. Any other questions, dear devotees? Otherwise, we shall move to Brahma Samhita. Shall Mataji? Okay, so we shall move
No.
to Shri Brahma Samhita. So, in the last session, Ananda Chinmaya Rasa, Rasatmataya Manasu, Yah Praninam Pratipalan Smaratam Upetya, Leelaitena Bhunani Jetya Jasram, Govinda Madi Purusham, Tamaham Bhajami. And so previously, the similar Ananda Chinmaya Rasa, Pratibhavitabihi, Thabirya Jurupataya Kalabihi. So that was previous Lord Brahma was describing that. But coming to Brahma Samhita today, It is this one we have seen in the little bit in the last session. Lord will reflect within the hearts of those devotees. Rasatmataya manasu yah pradinam pratipalan smaratam upetya. Pratipalan smaratam upetya. Leela itena bhunani jayatya jasram. Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. This, Lord, I worship Govinda, the primal Lord, whose glory ever triumphantly dominates the mundane world by the activity of his own pastimes, being reflected in the mind of recollecting souls as a transcendental entity of ever blissful cognitive rasa. Devotees, that is why. Hmm. Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam. This is Rasamalayam. Alayam means it is the place. We go to that Alayam, Devalayam, and Sharanalayam. Likewise, Alayam means it is a place. Devalayam means where gods are there. Devalayam. Okay, this is Rasamalayam, where so many mellows are there. Krishna consciousness, it will give all kinds of mellows. Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam. Bhagavatam is the Rasamalayam. You will derive all kinds of pleasures from Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, so those rasas would reflect, this is ever blissful cognitive rasas, will reflect in those hearts of the devotees who are absorbed in pure devotional service. All his name, figure, attributes, pastimes of the form of Krishna appearing in the amorous rasa, all these pastimes. Okay, that is from that shloka. And then next shloka is again very beautiful. It is coming from describing the structure of the universe, Goloka, Vaikunta, and then Kailasa, and this material world. These four, how they are situated. Where Lord Brahma describes Goloka is the topmost. Below that one is the Goloka Dhamma is topmost. Next is Haridhama. Next one is the Shiva Dhama, and then Devi Dhama. Four Dhamas, how they are situated. Let me just show this one. Goloka chart. So it's a beautiful Goloka chart. The topmost one is called Goloka Dhama. Before going into the shloka, so first one is the Goloka Dhama. Next one is the Haridama or Vaikunta. Next one is the Mahesha Dhama. That is where Lord Shiva is there. And then further down, it is Devi Dhama, the universe, material universe. So this is the structure. So for that one, corresponding shloka comes here. गोलोकनाम्नि निजिदाम्नि तले च तस्य देवी महेश हरिदामसु तेषु तेषु ते ते प्रभावनिचया विहिताशयेन गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोलोकनाम्नि निजिदाम्नि तले च तस्य Golokanamni, in the planet known as Goloka Vrindavana, Nijidamni, the personal abode of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is Golokanamni Nijidamni. This is the real abode of, original or personal abode of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Tale Tasya, in the part underneath, Talecha Tasya of that one, what is there? Devi Mahesha Haridhamanu Teshu Teshu. These are Devi Dama, Mahesha Dama, and Haridama. Haridamasu Teshu Teshu. One above another, likewise they are situated. So Devi is the of goddess Durga, Mahesh of Lord Shiva, Hari is of Narayana, Damasu in the planets, Teshu in each of them. Te te prabhava nichya vihitashrayena. Te te prabhava. And so those respective prabhava nichayaha. Nichayaha. So this is opulences. Vihitaha, they are established. Vihitasha ena. Also by who? Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. All other planets, they are even the Vaikuntha planet. For that one, Krishna is the basis. It's in the Brahma Vaivarta Mahapurana. The conversations taking place between the Sutapa, I think uh, one person is this is Brahmanas. The conversation taking place, but he has learned all from the Lord Shiva. So all these four planets, Krishna is the only the basis. आधार शक्तिम अवलंब्य पराम सोमूर्तिम गोविंदमादि पुरुषम तमहम भजामि. There he describes in the beginning, before the material creation or spiritual world, only Krishna was there. Only Krishna was there. And all, no Narayana, no Lord Shiva, no Brahma, not to speak of material things. Even the spiritual world, everything is absorbed in the body of Krishna. Everything was absorbed in the body of Krishna. Even Mula Prakriti as well. Everything, only Krishna personality. And he is in the Golok Vrindavan. He was resting on the very beautiful bed. It is described which is between in the which is in the Rasa Mandala, which is between Virja River and Satashringa mountains. So there, Lord is resting. By the time everything is suspended, only Krishna was present. And then, as soon as he once his resting is finished, then when he sees that there is no people and everything, so again with a with gentle smile, he expands everyone once again from his body. Lord Narayana comes from his left limb, and Brahma Prajapati comes, and then Lord Shiva comes, and then Dharma, Saraswati, Lakshmi Devi, and then Prakriti, and then uh, even Radharani. So from and Radharani, as soon as she appeared from Krishna's body, she immediately goes and then bring flowers and offer it to the lotus feet of Krishna. So who is the Radheshwari, Krishna's Praneshwari? So that is how the creation starts, and then these Vaikuntha planets are all created further. Of course, they're all there, but the opulence, Narayan, all 400 people will be expanded from Lord Narayan, and all gopis expanded from Radharani, and gopas expanded from Krishna. So likewise, later on in the material world, all of these planetary systems gets created gradually. But these people, Devi Dharma is like a Prakriti will be the goddess of for that Devi Dharma, Lord Shiva, and they will be going to their own abodes. So Lord Narayana goes to Vaikuntha and he resides there. But that means what I'm trying to say is everything is resting on only Krishna. That comes, these descriptions are very beautifully explained in the Shri Brahma Vaivarta Mahapurana. There in the Prakriti Kanda. I think the first three chapters where it describes. As soon as that personalities Narayana, Lord Shiva, Brahma, they appeared, they started glorifying Krishna. And then later on, Krishna gives directions to them what to do further. Okay, so but here Goloka Dhama is its dimensions are also given. It is bigger than the Vaikuntha planet. It is bigger than the Vaikuntha planet. And there Krishna has got the five of the beautiful airplanes, which are the flying airplanes, and he has got three airplanes, and he gives one of the airplane to Radha Rani, one aeroplane to Lord Narayana. Those 5 aeroplanes like that. Those descriptions are very beautifully mentioned. We don't find that much time to go and relish reading those pastimes. Okay, all the Padma Purana, Vishnu Purana, uh, so many pastimes are connected to the Lord. When do we get to relish? Even from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, devotees are reciting so beautifully, and it is touching to the heart. Very, very heart touching. Spruhaniya Dhama. Sneha Spruhaniya Dhama. Hridi Samsprishantam. Hridi Samsprush. It is touching to the heart. This is the sound vibrations coming from all the Vedic scripture. Here, so Goloka Dhami Nijidhamni Talechitasya Devi Mahesha Haridhama Suteshu Teshu Te Te Prabhava Nichya Vihitashayena Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. The translation. So can I request anyone to read this translation? And Gaurangi Mataji, would you like to read the translation, Mataji? Are there any devotees, please?
Hare Krishna, yeah.
Yes, Mataji.
Sorry, I know I read before, but no one is coming forward. So,
Sure,
well,
Mataji.
lowest of all is located Devi Dham, mundane world. Next above it is Mahesha Dham, abode of Mahesha. Above Mahesha Dham is placed Hari Dham, abode of Hari, and above them all is located Krishna's own realm named Golaka. I adore the primeval Lord Govinda who has allotted their respective authorities to the rulers of those graded realms. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe you can continue the purport as well, Mataji.
Okay, thank you. The realm of Golaka stands highest above all others. Brahma, looking up to the higher position of Golaka, is speaking to the other realms from the point of view of his own realm. The first in order is this mundane world called Devi Dham, consisting of the 14 worlds, namely Satyalok, etc. Next above Devi Dham is located Shiva Dham, one portion of which called Mahakala Dhama is enveloped in darkness. Interpenetrating in this portion of Shiva Dham, there shines the Sadashiv Loka, full of great light. Above the same appears Haridham, or the transcendental Vaikuntha Loka. The potency of Devi Dham in the form of the extension of Maya and that of Shiva Loka, consisting of time, space, and matter, are the potency of the separated particles pervaded by the penumbral reflection of the subjective portion of the divinity. But Haridham is ever resplendent with transcendental majesty, and the great splendor of all sweetness predominates over all other majesties in Golaka. The Supreme Lord Govinda, by his own direct and indirect power, has constituted those respective potencies of those realms. Hare Krishna, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati and Jiva Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. So this so Devi Dharma, we understand this is our universe. And then Mahesh Dhama. Here, some part it is described here, Sadasiva Loka and Mahakala Dhama. They both are here. Mahakala Dhama, it is a penetrated in the darkness. And this is Sadasiva Loka, where Sadasiva is always like it is Vishnu Tattva. Sadasiva is Vishnu Tattva. This is what here it is being described here. Interpenetrating portion of Sivadhama, there shines Sadasiva Loka. This is full of great light. But here, Mahakala Dhamma is enveloped in darkness. This is next about Devi Dhamma is located. Shiva Dhamma, one portion of which is called Mahakala Dhamma, is enveloped in darkness. And the other portion is topmost is full of light. That is Sadasiva Loka. Sadasiva is situated in the Vaikuntha or in the full of light or Brahma Jyoti. So that is Shiva Loka. Coming to starting from the realm of the Goloka stands the highest above all others. Brahma is looking up to the higher position of Goloka, is speaking of the other realms from the point of view of his own realm. And the first in order is mundane world called Devi Dharma, consisting of 14 worlds with Satyaloka. I think in the Skanda Purana, it is said, Nana Lata Kenam Vaikuntam Vyapakam Smare. Atha Samyam Gunanamcha. Atha Samyam Gunanamcha. This is material world is described, which is infected with the goodness, passion, and ignorance. It is bottom of all other planets. So that is Devi Dhamma. It is described in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, I think 4th or 5th chapter. Prabhupada has quoted that shloka. But why one should, in that particular purport, where Prabhupada is mentioning that whenever one is chanting, one has to remember the Lord's abode. This one, it is in the Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela. I think the yes, this is Nana Kalpa Latakenam Vaikuntam Vyapakam Smaret Adaha Samyam Gunanam Cha Prakritihi Sarvakaranam. So here while chanting the mantra, one should always remember the spiritual world, which is very extensive and full of deserts that can yield anything one desires. Below that Vaikuntha region is the potential material energy which causes material manifestation. Okay, so within this one further, the places of pastimes of Lord Krishna such as Dwaraka, Madhura and Vrindavana eternally and independently exist in Krishna Loka. In Krishna Loka, they are the actual abodes of Lord Krishna, and there is no doubt that they are situated above the material cosmic manifestation. So here within this one, the Krishna Loka means these are all Krishna Loka, all Goloka Vrindavana. In the center is Vrindavan, and the outskirts, this orange color is Madhura, and the light blue color is the Jagannath Puri, and then purple color is the Dwarka Dham. And below that one, there is Ayodhya Dham as well. Okay, these are all Krishna's planets. So coming to here, this is Brahma Samhita Shloka. These are all. So Brahma is glorifying Goloka Dham. So from his position. So next above Devi Dhama is located Siva Dhama, one portion of which called Mahakala Dhama is enveloped in the darkness. Interpenetrating this portion of Siva Dhama, there shines the Sadasiva Loka, full of great light. And above that Haridama, which is like a transcendental Vaikuntha Loka that we have been discussing in the morning. And the potency of further describing potency of Devi Dham in the form of the extension of Maya. This is like a Durga Devi. Durga means is the fort, and goddess of Durga means so she is guarding this. No living entity would escape from her. Okay, but it is a Prabhupada was mentioning it is a thankless task of Durga Devi. Okay, so here Devi in the form of extension of Maya and that of Shivaloka consisting of time, space, and matter or potency of separated particles pervaded by the penumbral reflection of the subjective portion of the divinity. It is bit tricky to understand that statement. So here, going to this one. So here Lord Shiva, who is the husband of nature, Prakriti or Durga Devi. Okay, so if we just keep that mood, understanding that Lord Shiva is the husband of Maya. So in the material world, Lord Shiva is the so Lord Shiva is the first father and mother in this material world. Father and mother. That is like Dampatas, likewise we also say that Adam, Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati. So in that mode, so that of Shivaloka consisting of time, space, and matter, or the potency of the separated particles pervaded by penumbral reflection of the subjective portion of the divinity. It is described Ksheram yatadadi vikara vishesha yoga sanjayati nahi tataha pratagasti hetoho. So that one comes further, I think, down. So this is, yes, 45th. Yes, Sembutamapi tata samupaiti kajat govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. So just as milk transformed into curd by the actions of the acids, but yet the effect curd is neither same as nor different from its cause, viz. Milk. So I adore primal Lord Govinda, of whom state of Shambhu is transformation for the performance of the work of destruction. For the performance of the work of destruction. For that sake, Lord Shiva is not different from Krishna, but he is different at the same time. So those are reflections from this purport here. Shiva Loka consisting of time, space, and matter are potency of the separated particles. Separated particles pervaded by the penumbral reflection of the subjective portion of divinity. So that is the way we can understand. But Haridhama is ever resplendent with a transcendental majesty, and great splendor of all sweetness predominates over all other majesties in Goloka. So here it is a splendor of all, all transcendental majesty. Haridhama is ever resplendent with transcendental majesty. That is one part. And the great splendor of all sweetness predominates all over other majesties in Goloka. Goloka takes highest. Goloka is also Vaikuntha Loka, but is the topmost Vaikuntha Loka. There all sweetness predominates. Splendor of all sweetness. The Supreme Lord Govinda, by his own direct and indirect power, has constituted those respective potencies of those realms. By his personally, in the Sahasrapatra Kamalam Gokulakim Mahatpadam Tat Karnikaram Tad Dhama Tad Anantasa Sambhavam. By his first expansion, Ananta is Lord Balarama. By his first expansion, and he's like he's expanding like a dham. Sahasrapatra Kamalam Gokulakim Mahatpadam Tat Karnikaram Tad Dhama Tad Anantasa Sambhavam. By Balrama's expansion, it expands this Dhama. Wherever if you go to the Vrindavan, there Krishna resides, and Dhama is the expansion of Balarama. Dham is the expansion of Balaram. Prabhupada describes. Okay, this is that is by his personal, his own, and indirect power has constituted those respective potencies of those realms, like the Haridhama and then Shivadhama, and further down Devi Dhama. They're all, it is again described Adhara Shaktim Avalambya Param Samurtim. Adhara Shaktim. Adhara Shaktim is the one, the all accommodating potency. Everything comes from Krishna. So this is about the Mahavishnu. Okay. For Mahavishnu also, the source is Krishna, he himself. From Mahavishnu, Yeh Karna Navajale Bhajitisma Yoga Nidra Mananta Jagadanda Saroma Kopaha Adhara Shaktim Avalambya Param Sumurtim. Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Okay, so this is when Krishna's expansions. For everything, Krishna is the resting place. All the abodes and all other expansions of Krishna. Okay, that is from this particular shloka. Okay, so there I stop. I also request devotees to add more. There is so much thing to add in the next shloka, in the next chapter. That is not next chapter. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, there Srila Prabhupada also. This is Tat Sarvopari Goloke Tatra Lokopari Swayam Viharet Paramanandi Govindo Atulanayakaha. Some of the statements are mentioned here when explaining about um, about Lord Balarama's pastimes. So here, what is this one? Gokula is all pervading, infinite and supreme. It expands both above and below without any restrictions. Some information is also explained here. Jiva Goswami is quoting in the Skanda Purana. Ya yata bhrivartante puryoho bhagavata priyaha tat santi vaikunte tat liladhamadritaha. It's a very beautiful things are being explained. Okay, so that is from Shri Brahma Samhita. And dear devotees, if you have got any reflections or comments, questions, kindly say. Otherwise, we shall conclude.
Hare Krishna, one very small question before I leave. From the Golok chart, what you showed, the Mahesh Tham, Shiva Loka, that is smaller compared to the Devi Tham, is it?
It is. It's not small, but for for the pictorial purposes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I thought so because I mean, I thought that the spiritual, the material world is much smaller compared to the other. So I was slightly surprised about that. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Okay, I understand. Thank you.
So to be clear, you can give this normally the scale. How many scale? For example, 1 centimeter indicates how much.
Yeah, here it appears here there are so many universes, golden balls are coming. Actually, these are a collection of souls from because Mahavishnu, matter does not come. So Mahatattva is the matter. And this is collection of all the souls when they are wrapped up by Mahatattva, and then gradually this shell of this universe gets developed. And we are seeing this Devi Dharma in a way, very zoom in way. But these are all also, there are so many other universes are getting bigger and bigger like that. And this Mahakaladama or Maheshadama, it is bigger than this one, but still, as we are seeing a little bit far like that, we are seeing this universe as nearby for our visibility things. In such a, this picture was developed.
On the GPS, we cannot go there on the GPS.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Prabhuji, just yeah, sorry, please, excuse me.
Hari Bol, Prabhuji, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Thank you so much. Sorry, I need to leave. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji, for your kind association. Thank you, Mataji.
Very beautiful.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Any other questions?
I just want to say Shiva is Mahaloka, so it's like in Kaila.
So this is Kailas is within this universe, and where in the Himalaya mountains, that is some abode of Lord Shiva, but that is different. That is also abode of Lord Shiva. It is kind of a where it is described, but I think so. I think Kailasa is also, it is part of this world, but it is not what we are speaking. That Maheshadama is in the spiritual world. Let
It's
me
to say like Dwarka, you're in like Vrindavan, Mathura, but it's the same. So similarly, Kailas and Yoloka is even though its material was like Kailas is the same.
Could you repeat that question,
So
Mataji?
I'm just saying that the Dwarka and Vrindavan, Mathura,
Yes,
yeah, reflecting is just the same as like manufactured in like in Vaikuntha and Goloka as well. Similarly, like if you say
yes, correct, yes.
it's the same. Similarly, you know, located like that.
Yeah, yata bhivatante, yes, Mataji. Like they are manifested in birth. Likewise, Lord Shiva comes, then his abode Kailasa is also manifested.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of the Meru mountain, there are abodes of all other demigods, Brahma and Samyamani and Yamadharmaraja's abode, Samyamani, and that is described in the fifth canto. But we are still in the third canto. It is a long way to go. I don't know when we will go to the fifth canto to describe about universe dimensions, Meru mountain dimensions, and abode of those all the demigods, Vibhavari and Amravati.
Mm. Yeah, just like I'm going like next week with my husband, like Kailas, but we are not going up to there, like Parikrama, Mansarovar, Kailas, Mansarovar, Tibet. So,
Oh, very beautiful, Mataji. Nice to hear.
and then Chardham, like Yatra in like Vrindavan in Mathura, like Janmashtami, we might celebrate there. So,
Very nice.
so yeah, this time my husband is also coming, so that is something good.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji, for sharing that good news. We are going on pilgrimage.
Yeah. Kailas Parikrama, and then in Nepal, and then like we might go to the what do you call Muktinath. I think the biggest like highest temple, Vishnu temple, something like that.
So it's Muktinath.
Yeah, it's a Vishnu temple, isn't it over there?
I think is that Muktinath where Lord Shiva? Is it Lord Shiva's temple, Mataji? Muktinath.
I was just looking somewhere and it said like Vishnu temple. Maybe Gaurangi Mataji. I mean, that's maybe he knows, but
Yeah, Gauringi Mataji knows. Hare Krishna Gauringi Mataji. In the Nepal Mataji, Muktinath temple, would you like to share some information?
Vishnu temple.
Mataji may not be available immediately.
Mhm.
Anyway, Mataji, thank you for sharing that information. We wish you all the best and pray for all.
Yeah, you pray that we can make it because I said it's difficult like to going to Kailas Mansarovar. So
Yeah, Gauranga Mataji she want to share something.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Hare Krishna, Meena Mataji. When are you going, Mataji?
next
I just.
Friday. Next Friday.
Okay. Coming Friday?
Yeah,
Okay.
coming Friday.
Okay. Best of luck. Good luck, Mataji. When you reach there, when you back from Mansarovar, then let me know.
Okay. But the
Before
Muktinath is
I will ask.
Shivji or Vishnu?
Sorry, Mataji.
Like Muktinath, there is Shiva temple or Vishnu temple?
That one is mostly Shiva temple, but Vishnu temple, Mataji. There is a Hindu, Buddhist, both of there.
Mm-hmm.
Then uh, we think Vishnu Mataji. I'm not sure, but Vishnu.
Vishnu, yeah, because I heard
Yeah,
from Janakpur and like it's nearby. So,
yeah.
okay, thank you. It's very good.
Thank you,
How
Mataji.
many days you live in there, Mataji, in Mansarovar?
16, 17,
16,
16,
2 weeks.
17, yeah.
Okay,
16 or 17, something like that. 17,
okay.
yeah. And then coming back Kathmandu and then I go UAE.
Okay, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah,
Okay,
don't worry, Mataji. I will help you. I will ask somebody there. You will get how to go from Kathmandu to Pokhara to Muktinath, Mataji.
Okay. Okay. Thank
You
you.
will get information. Okay, Mataji.
No, thank you. Thank you.
All right.
See you after.
okay, thank you, Mataji. Okay, any other questions or reflections, dear devotees? Okay, in that case, we shall conclude our session. Thank you so much, dear devotees, for your valuable association time. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनन्तकोटिवैष्णववृन्द की
Jai.
प्रभुपाद की जय
Jai. Please unmute and say loud Horrible three times. Loud
Hari Bol.
Haribo.
Haribol.
Haribo.
Haribol.
Haribo.
Haribol.
Haribol. Jai Amok Prabhu
Haribol.
ki Jai.
Yay.
Jai.
रामलला प्रभु की जय
Jai.
जय गौरंगी माता जी की जय
Jai.
Mataji ki jai.
जय माता जी
Going
की
to
जय
all,
Jai.
all refugees.
all devotees की
Yeah,
जय
Sita Sundara was telling.
Yeah, Sita Sundari Mataji ki jai.
जय
Mataji.
very beautiful thank you so much
Haribol. Haribol.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत